Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys? I hope doing fabulous, yes. Well, before we get into this entertaining video, I would just like to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And what would you like to say with that, Lady Crone?
Baby Crone said it all.
Yes.
Subscribe, like us, and please leave a comment.
Yes. Sunflowers.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? How are you? And how are you? It's so good to know that we're building a following and that you're returning.
Yes.
You had Mama Crone just stressed out to no end. You know, all the algorithms started to change and I didn't know what was going on. And now I see it as big as day. These are when you used to just things being the same, and then when something knock you off what's normal, and you see a change, but then you like, but then when you say, and then you say it's worth it. So for that, I thank you. And we're going to continue to try to bring you the best information we can.
Yes.
However, let me tell you this. I have been thinking about this. I don't speak elegantly at all. I use a lot of kind of big words. I feel I do. Only because I read a lot. I read a lot about spiritual things, enlightening things. I read like that, and I've been reading like that for like 30 or 40 years. I read like that. I go to sleep with books. Okay, so that is the only reason. And one of the things I kept saying, why can't I speak elegant like Baby Crone or like Candace? And then I realized I have to be me. So I say all that to say, bear with me. I'm getting it together. And so when Baby Crone and I give you, we're just giving it to you like homegirls.
Yes,
we're not giving it to you nothing fancy. We're just going to give it to you like, Is that okay? Because that's the way we want to give news. Now, starting with that, Baby Crone, go ahead. Where are we going to start with this?
Yes.
Did I say my thank yous was too long?
No, your thank yous was not too long.
Did you want to say something?
Yes. Thank you to everybody that watches us and continues to watch us. We really appreciate it. And even your comments. We appreciate the comments.
Yes.
Mama Crone answers her comments more than Baby Crone, but don't worry, I see you guys.
Yes, she does.
I may answer in my mind, but I see you guys.
And we appreciate you. By golly, we do.
We really do.
You know what? And you know what I got to say? Now, that's a man.
Yes.
A man's man. You don't need kangaroo pockets. You can climb the glaciers, go out in the snow. Yes. Why? Handle the rain.
Yes.
Track the mountain, because I'm a man.
A man.
A man's man.
Yes, not a child. That is so misogynistic.
Bearskin.
Yes.
Buy that jacket.
Yes, and be a man.
That's one of my favorite chauvinistic commercials.
Yes.
However, I think it's funny because I haven't seen a man.
No.
That's what I think was funny. Yes. I have not seen a man's man. I mean, a man's man don't wear pink.
No.
They wear white.
Yes,
so when you see men wearing pink and yellow and baby blue and roses and daffodils, and they say that's your man, bearskin. I don't know. Am I making sense?
Yes, it does make sense.
I mean, that's so coded, but I hope you get it. But anyway, it's just make you wonder, what times are we living in?
Yes, honestly. Because
it makes you really wonder.
Because like you said, I don't recall the last time I've ever seen a commercial like that. So
Marlboro Man.
Yeah.
Like I don't even know when the last time I ever met a man. I don't know, because a lot of days, to me, men are very sensitive. First of all, they're very, very sensitive. You hurt their feelings so easy. Another thing is they don't like to make first moves. They seem so timid now, you know. What else can I say? I guess those are the two main things that I see different in men and a man. They're not assertive.
Yes.
And if they are, they awkward, they are brute, they don't. A man's man is one that can balance the winter, the spring, the summer, and the fall. That's a what? A man's man.
Yes.
And you know, he can calm the glacier in his jacket and never complain he's cold. Oh, you know, I can go on about that commercial, but let me finish this little topic. But nevertheless, I don't think so. I just think that they are more timid.
Yes.
Easy to hurt their feelings, and they don't know how to take charge anymore. Like if you say, you know, a man's man, you say, hey, a man's man would say on your first date, is there any kind of food you like, or is it things you like to do? And then he thinks out of the box you gave him and says, hey, you want to go to, I'm not going to say a dinner and a movie, damn it, if that's not played.
That is played.
And the most, and not cheap,
No.
not even if it was, no, but that is, I can't. I think something like, let's go to the museum.
Okay.
Let's take a trip to Chicago on a plane and have dinner and come back. I mean, some sexy stuff.
Oh, okay. Fly me out, why don't you?
You know, New York or DC.
Okay.
No, you like that.
I did.
You giggle.
I did. I was like, okay.
You see, you think you got to think big.
I like this man.
Think a man's man.
Give me this kind of
hey, you know, I'm going shopping. You want to go? Why? Because I love women with nice bags and nice shoes. Okay. A man's man. Okay. Yeah. But nevertheless, there are men out there that are like this. But like I said, I haven't met a man's man.
No.
My voice is getting peaked. So anyway, but to all the men, the man's man out there.
Man's man.
We're looking for you. But you're taken.
Exactly.
A man's man is taken. He's taken. He's taken. He's that good? No. He's gone. He's gone. He's gone. Yes. Some lucky soul got him. So, nevertheless, so what else we're going to talk about? So we talk about our man's man. Remember, bear skin. Mm-hmm. That's the jacket.
Bear skin.
Yeah, bear. You don't need all that weight layers and all of that feeling bulky. Mm-mm. Why? Because you're a man.
Yes.
Love that commercial.
Speaking of manly things, let's talk about this boxing fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Now, y'all tell me, what was that? I don't know what I witnessed. Those 8 rounds went like...
It was fast. It was fast.
I don't even have
you just got to talk while I just get myself together.
I'm trying to find some words for this fight. I mean,
that was your first fight that you watched.
Yeah, that's the first fight I watched, and that's what I got.
Okay, keep talking, because I'm going to come and let me get myself together. Go ahead.
Yes, first off, it was great to see Mike Tyson up there, you know, the legendary great. Is he in his great essence? I'm not quite sure. That didn't display too well on the stage. But also we got Jake Paul. And that's just Jake Paul. So
okay, I think you said enough.
Yeah, that's all I got. I really don't have any words for this fight.
So what I think... No. First of all, I like to think about things like that. I was so proud of Mike Tyson.
Okay.
However, I was a fan then, and I am a fan now. And when Mike stopped fighting, and after he bit off of the ear of Holyfield, I hope it's Holyfield because it's a long time ago. I think it's Holyfield. I could forget that name. But nevertheless, if I'm wrong, forgive me. I was so crushed. I never watched boxing again.
Oh, wow.
This is the first time that I watched boxing. From that day, Michael, he retired, and I called it 20
that is
years
the first time
ago.
I've seen you watch boxing.
Boxing, no, ever, no. But I brought baby Crone in because, first of all, I don't know about boxing like that. All I know is they don't have heavyweight like they used to. Heavyweight boxing, it would just be, no, that was just what America was. It was like heavyweight boxing and football and baseball. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It was that. It was like, and it kind of like died. So when Mike came along saying he's going to fight this young boy, this young man, yes, I knew that the age difference. I know that when you're older and you slow down, I know that. However, the stamina that he had to go 8 rounds,
8 rounds,
being punched, jabbing, and I couldn't do it. I would have had a heart attack and dropped dead on the floor. Matter of fact, I don't even think that I can train to do it. I hope you hear what I'm saying. So for me, it's like, I'm proud. I'm proud. He believed in himself.
Yes, he
and
did.
At the end of the day, I have been here and I can say, I've seen the greats. They all go back to that ring. They die there. They get messed up there. That last fight, they go there to die. I'm hoping that this is it for him. But that's where they died. I've seen it. I've heard it. And how can he stop? It's like he's a beast thirsting for their blood, thinking, I still got it. It hasn't connected. He know I'm slow. He know. When he sit back and look at this, you know what we're going to think?
What?
I could do this again if I get better. I get a chance to watch myself because he hasn't died. You follow what I'm saying? He's fit.
Yes, definitely that.
He could take anybody on the street. Come on.
Definitely.
I mean, he was with a young man, 26, 27 years old, and the young man could knock him out. And oh my God, and it was toe to toe, and it wasn't like he won by a landslide.
No.
I just thought, this is me, but I come from a fan's point of view, and I don't know that other guy. So what I saw is he was just hoping he could just get that one punch. That's what I kept feeling. But he couldn't get it. And he knew if he did anything, this guy, he wasn't fast enough to get himself out of it. That's what I saw. But then again, I see in the spirit. So I just felt like he couldn't get his footage with him. And the distance and how the guy kept running around, running. He spent more time chasing after that guy around the field. I just felt like, no wonder you won. The man was just running around. I mean, Mike was... That's what I saw. It was exhausting. But that guy said, you ain't gonna hit me. I know. Him. I think he knew you just looking for that shot. But I'm gonna keep on running and jabbing. Running and jabbing. That's what I saw. So say what you want. That's my interpretation.
Yeah, that summed up the fight pretty much. What we couldn't put into words of how we felt about it. We described it.
I had heart palpitations.
Oh yeah, she was on the edge.
I was excited, and I was excited and frightful at the same time. Like I was feeling too, because I didn't want him to get knocked out. And I was believing when he said, I'm gonna knock him out. I was like, I believe he would do it. And I believe that.
Yeah, he came.
Not with everything in my being, because I'm a realist. Just the fact that we would have knocked him out, Mike Tyson, I'm glad, because Mike Tyson would have had to go back in that ring again.
true. That's true.
Because he would have won a title. He had to go back. So I'm glad that it lost, but it wasn't and that guy can't say that he was giving him a break. I don't believe it. He was trying to knock him out. You could see it was like, oh, if I can knock this man, it was there. They both was like, if I could knock you out, because Mike Tyson was up on him.
My thing is that nobody really won in this case.
Yes, they did.
Who?
Paul. He got more hits. But we could see that he won.
Yes.
He didn't win by a landslide, but he won by points. But it wasn't a knockout.
Yeah,
it wasn't a knockout, you know?
Yeah. I was curious how they were judging this fight on who was going to win, because
they judge it on a knockout.
Yeah, I was waiting for that knockout.
If you don't have no knockout, because they couldn't.
Yes. That's why I was just like, it felt like a draw to me in the end.
No. They kept every point. Remember when they were going back and show us in slow motion? We said, oh, we ain't see him do that. Oh, remember, that's all they counting, all those are points.
See, I've never watched boxing before.
This is what happened when you're a single mom. You gotta talk like a man's man. So do you understand it now?
Yes, now I get it.
So that's how I was like, he's not doing good in the ring. But in my mind, that guy had the stamina to keep that man running. I was thinking, don't wear him out. Don't wear him out. Yes, don't wear him out, because like he was keeping him out. And he wanted to just get a weak moment to punch him and knock him right in his head. But he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. And you got to understand, these men are hitting with power. Oh, yes. That's why they were saying the weight of the gloves in the beginning.
Oh, yes. And said to not hit below.
No. Oh, my God, you can bust a gut. But I'm saying, you understand, this is they're hitting powerful blows. The gloves are weighted, but they still hitting with power. And so much so, one blow can bust somebody's lip. Right?
Yeah, a lot of force.
Knockout to so okay.
Yes, I
forgot glove and all. And the glove got weight to it. Mm-hmm. So you understand. Yeah. But and they lowered that. Yes, so and the time, because it's usually 3 minutes, but they lowered it. Yep, so I thought it was very good. I thought it was very entertaining. And if he go out there, honestly, I'll be right there to see him die. Not that I want him to. But obviously, where else is he going to go?
Yeah.
He's an athlete. You know, he in fit condition.
Right.
Either he going to say, I learned by that man. I was so sore the next day. I don't know if it was worth it. The training was grueling. If he don't come to that realization, it'll be another time that he going to do it. Now, he done made a lot of money off of this. He got daggone rich off of this fight.
Yeah.
So just...
And technically, he did have a, I guess, like a smaller fight, or not such a professional fight in 2020.
I didn't even know about
it. I know.
And that just boosts his ego.
Right. So that was like a 4-year difference. So maybe we'll see him again in another 4 years.
I hope not. He'll be 63 years old.
God, you're right.
That'd be, I don't know.
Yeah, you're right. I don't want to see that.
I would say sacrilegious, but I tried to look that word up and I couldn't find it.
Sacrilegious?
Could you find it?
Okay.
I pulled it up and I'm saying maybe there's no such a word. And what sacrilegious mean is when you say something ungodly, like you say.
Sacrilegious.
Like you say something that like, mixing the holy with a profane. That's sacrilegious.
Sacrilegious. Okay.
I couldn't even spell it. It's not there, is it?
No, it just gave me religious.
Told you.
Okay. Sacrilegious.
Like I couldn't do it. What did it say?
Oh, it's just playing games, because I saw the word sacrilegious before it scratched in and said religious.
I told you. They did not.
Okay, I think I see how to spell it though.
And she's still going to get religious.
There we go.
Is it there?
It is a word. That's because they spelled it right at first, and then just like, oh, you must be
spell
religious.
Spell it for us.
SACRIL.
Oh, it's not a K there. They just S-A-C.
Sacrilegious. Sacrilegious means to be extremely...
Oh, I thought it was a K there.
You would think so, because
I thought it was a... Okay, that's how because I was... So it S-A-C.
Mm-hmm.
Read the meaning.
Yes.
Oh, no wonder I could think you was determined.
I wouldn't have, if I didn't see the spelling, because it showed the correct spelling before it changed.
So it didn't want to tell
me, no.
Isn't that something? What's her name?
They call this Gemini.
Gemini Siri. Hussies.
Yeah, for real.
Huzzy move.
Sacrilegious means to be extremely disrespectful towards something that is considered sacred.
Mm-hmm.
For example, burning a religious text in a sacrilegious act.
Or burning the flag.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, or having Mike Tyson fight at 63 years old or 27-year-old. That would be sacrilegious. I am so glad that is a word, because she had me, like they say, delete that word, because I was like, I'm going to delete it but sacrilegious is a word. And I used to say it all the time. Like if you say, like, I think this is sacrilegious. When even though God is a title, but when people say, oh my effing God, that's sacrilegious to me. Why would you use your God and profanity together? Oh, that's just sacrilegious to me. So what do you think? You ever heard that?
Yes, I have.
And I'm like, oh, whoa. And one time and how I learned the word many years, many long, I was a teenager, and I was with my girlfriend and something happened. And I said, D God, the D God word. And she said, oh, I said, what? And she said, you blaspheme. And I said, I didn't even know what blaspheming was. She said, you could tell she was holy. She said, now that I look back on it, she said, you blaspheme. I said, what do you mean? She said, that was sacrilegious. I got 2 words.
You did.
I started shaking because I knew it was holy, because she's saying I blasphemed. I didn't know what it meant. And that it was sacrilegious. And I'm like, well, what is? She said, because you did God. You did God. I was like, oh my God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just angry. I had to blame somebody, blah, blah, blah. She shook me for it. I felt like Electra, like I was going to drop dead on the spot.
The way it sounded,
but you know what? And that's how I learned those 2 words. Sacrilegious and blaspheme. But when you hear when I just said the word D, damn, that's in the Bible. But ain't no way you're going to find mother effer in the Bible. Nowhere. Those words spelt like that
together.
No. Heifer.
Oh, okay.
But you understand? You won't find mother heifer. You'll find the mother of a heifer.
Oh, okay.
If there is a word, and I'm talking about an animal. But okay. We're way off guard. So anyway, that's it about
Mike Tyson.
I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I don't know what you expect. I expected to get what I got. And at the end, when that man saluted him, like,
that's true, he did.
He can't walk away and say, I whipped his. He can't do it. I mean, if I was young, I would relish in that. I'd be like, those young boys. But what Mike Tyson taught him, I'm old, I may be a little slow, but you can't whip my ass. Technically, you can. Technically. Yes. By technical, yes. But you didn't get a knockout. So that's like a father being able to stand up to his son and check him. And I like that. And the guy you can't have no more respect because he was in the ring with him. So he's feeling like, this dude hit hard. He feeling like, oh, he is fast. Oh, he's stirring. I see what he's going through all that in his mind. Oh my God, he's staring at me. I got to keep away from him. I got to remember what they said. I've been studying him for all my life. I got to do, can you imagine? No matter what, we human. And we can't, I don't care how focused you are, you can't stop thoughts from floating in your head.
You can't.
You can't.
No.
So you know what? I've been going on and on about them. So anyway, next topic. I just have to cut it. I think I need to cut it.
Okay, well, the next thing that we have to talk about before getting on to the main topic that everyone seems to be talking about over the weekend, Ariana Grande and the Wicked cast, or Ariana Grande.
Could you please show a video?
Yes, I will. A video of them crying in the interviews, or
a picture of the people mimicking them and one of them crying. It's just that they crying all the time.
Yes.
I don't know.
Every time an interviewer asks, how was your experience on Wicked? What was it like filming Wicked? They start crying.
But I think, in my opinion, I think it might be mixed, but maybe abroad in England and other places, I think it'll do well. I think it might do good in America, in the United States of America. But it just seems to me there's a certain audience that like musicals.
Mm-hmm.
Musicals to me are good if I'm going to a play, but translated to a screen, I don't particularly care for them. So I wouldn't even bother to see it. So I understand it could have a good plot, but a musical like that, it's not my thing. And is it yours?
No, it's not my thing. But
plays we love.
Yes, we do love plays.
Musicals I love, but no, go ahead.
Yeah. I think I might not go to the theaters to watch it, right. But if it comes on,
I might.
Yes, because I'm curious, because both Cynthia and Ariana Grande talked about how it's been a healing experience and how great how great it was to bond and everybody just felt like family. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's where the crying is coming from. But the internet feels like something traumatic might have happened.
All I know is this is a dream of a lifetime.
Yes.
This is something Ariana wanted. This is something she wants, so she got it. However, she got it, but she got it on soil ground. Let's not forget that she was a homewrecker. Let's not forget, and the people will not forget this, because we know Americans are unforgiving and relentless, okay? And another thing is, they are forgiving her because we get to see the sweet and the lovable Ariana, and she's crying. But America is tender to tears.
Yes.
It gets to us. Speaking of tears, I hope you play it. It's briefly.
Okay.
There's a picture on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen it, where they see Jaden Smith outside, like in some desert place, some trail where it's a home or something down in the valley, and he's just weeping.
Oh, poor Jaden.
I don't feel that way.
Okay. Well,
first of all, he got more money than God. Okay. If you know what I mean.
You gotta remember who his parents are.
That's right. But he can afford therapy. He can afford to get away. He can afford to drop that load. He can afford to find a faith. He can afford to find some religion. He can afford to get off of a bit of I feel sorry for me and woe is me. Look at what's going on with these women and men with their Diddy.
Right.
You got money. Your family are freaky. You come from a freaky family. And you freaky. Love you. You and your sister.
Yeah.
A bunch of freaks.
Yes.
So all this weeping and crying, and for what? For what? You got freak in your blood. Deal with it. The rest of the world do. Mm-hmm. Shoot, if I had your life, not your life, but if I had your luxuries.
Yes.
And I'm not just talking about money. If I had your luxuries or had the education you was allowed or this, I would have became a doctor. Instead of being so self-indulgent, I would have went to school and did something to help somebody instead of glorifying myself.
Yeah, that's what the club kids really do.
Every time you hear about a lot of these rich kids coming from these, oh, I want to be an actor. Yes. I want to be a singer. Why don't you be a humanitarian? A social worker? I don't.
That just shows you the conditioning
Is it
of
me?
the world. They're just like, if I don't have to work for money and it's already here.
But I'll sit there and weep and cry, woe is me.
It's true.
When there are people in other countries.
That is honestly true.
Cooking trash, eating leftover food that's been there, boiling it and eating it.
Yes.
And you sit and cry? Shut the hell up and sit down and get some counseling for as long as it takes.
That's true.
You're blessed.
That's true.
You're alive. You got your mother and your father, and they love you no matter what. If your mother don't, your father do. And if your father don't, then your mother do. You're blessed. You living in a house with your biological parents. Matter of fact, when you were 16, you got emancipated.
Yes, he did.
What? Shut up. I hate it when people become ungrateful. I get it. Poor Jayden. That was in 2024. Oh, poor Jayden. 2022. Poor Jayden. 2019. When is it going to end? Yeah. I see his sister out there doing it. They come from the same household. Yeah, but she's making music. Make a song and talk about it. Mm-hmm. He just always seemed like a wet blanket. What's his sign?
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a water sign.
Don't make me pull cards on him in the middle of this when I have to hurry up and finish reading. Should I feel sorry for Jade? Don't tell me a Cancer.
Yes.
I knew it.
I knew it was some water sign. I would have guessed a Scorpio.
I knew it.
I think it's Willow who's the Scorpio, though.
It's Willow.
Yeah, Willow's the Scorpio.
Mm-hmm. But let me tell you something about a crab, because I'm a crab. What am I setting? What am I?
Rising.
I'm a rising Cancer, and I feel you. You see, I cry. But we got hard shells. So don't let it fool you. He's a living, breathing, walking crab. Yes. What I mean is he's more harder than what you think. I don't know if this is something that they do on YouTube to gain people's sympathy. I don't know, or get a mixed reaction. I don't know.
It's true.
But people, stop being gullible audibles with these rich folks. Cuckoo. He's highly weird. The fruit don't fall far from the tree.
It's true. It's true.
His mother is Jada. Mm-hmm. And his father is Will Smith.
And Will could have been a part of the Diddies.
Come on, even Jayden.
And Justin Bieber, who hung out.
So please. So whatever they're going through, it's Hollywood. Hollywood swinging. Ooh, I remember. Not so long ago.
Yeah, Holly weird.
I went to this party and they said it was the Diddy show. I said I always wanted to come and see the band. And now I've seen it. He's a nasty, nasty man. I just made that all up. Some of it.
Oh, okay.
You like that?
Yes, I sure did.
Oh, I could have went on. Okay, so Jayden, yes. What I see about Jayden for real is this. He's harder than what he thinks, what you think. I don't know why he does the things that he does or do. He's weird. Mm-hmm. His friends are weird, some of them.
Yep, some of them.
The things he do is weird. He's not, can I say it in another way? Mm-hmm. He's not like us.
Yeah.
So you don't waste your pity like that. Because if he wanted help, it's there for him.
Yes.
Do you think his father and his mother, as rich as Jayden is, wouldn't take care of him? For God's sake, his mother had the red table talk, and all she did was spit up her guts over the whole place.
Yep.
Yeah, spit up. Mm-hmm. Not vomit, spit up.
She really did. That was her therapy.
That was her therapy. And so you mean to tell me that she wouldn't want her son? I mean, this is the woman that stole her husband, her son's man. Friend.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Let them tell it.
Exactly.
I don't know. Because Jaden is questionable.
Mm-hmm.
Just like I saw, what was his name? What was his name?
Who?
The guy we're talking about who she took his friend away.
Oh, Austin.
Austin.
August Alsina.
I always thought he was bi. I don't really care what they are.
No.
And that's how I see Jaden. But Willow says she bi. So it's all in their blood.
Mm-hmm.
It's in their DNA. It's freaky. It's freakiness. And you know what? That's Hollywood. But Hollywood is coming on down.
Mm-hmm.
It's crashing down unto the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. So it could rise up again and be beautiful.
Yes.
A place, a multicolored.
Mm-hmm.
A place that carries a vision for everyone.
Yes.
A place where you can find home. It won't be by who know who. It'll be by talent.
Mm-hmm.
And who's into what you're trying to put out in the world.
Yes.
New Hollywood.
Yes, that's what we need.
It may take 50 or 100 years.
True.
You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. Neither was America. But I tell you, I can see better days.
Mm-hmm.
I may not get there with you, but I see better days. I love America. This is my country. This is where my ancestors died. I love America. So I'm here until the duration. So I'm as patriotic as can be. Okay.
Oh, yes, you're wearing red, white, and blue.
There it is. Didn't even know. No wonder I felt so patriotic. No wonder. I don't pledge allegiance, but I understand. But I will sing, oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave. Here we go. For the land of the free and the home, shake it, of the jazz hand brave. We're goofing off. Jayden, here we go. Jayden. See, you see him there. He's finicky. He's finicky. Also, he's guarded and he's sensitive. He's very guarded. He's sensitive. And also, he could be an isolated soul. He's like a night creature. He's remind me of somebody when it starts to get night, that's when he probably come alive. That's how he strikes me. However, I think he likes to take on things. He seems very adventurous, very standoffish, very creative. And but I get this thing, he just likes that isolation. And the last card I'm gonna bring on him. I think he's very innovative and he's not a broke man. He likes his money. He's probably investing things. He's giving, he's thoughtful, but he seems like a type as an entrepreneur. Because I see this. And he seems like a type of a person that's an entrepreneur that will invest his money and very careful and maybe not as frivolous with his money as you may think. That's how he strikes me, that he's idealistic and that he really cares about his money. And maybe because his father and mother raised him like that, I don't know. And the outcome card would be, it was upside down as a sword, but he's always running from something. And I think that it is his past. And I do think that he done been through something, experienced something, because no matter how far he run, it just seems like he keep looking in the back of him. I know you can't see these cards, but this is, believe me, this is a 7 of swords. So you can write them down and you can look. This is to my left because you may be looking to my right. So remember, this is to my left. I have the 4 cups. I have the 2 of swords. I have the page of pentacles. And I have the 7 of swords. From now on, we're going to read the cards out. So therefore, you can see this is, I read from my left to my right. Remember that. And thus the cards. Again, I'll say it. A 4 of cups, a 2 of wands, a page of pentacles, and a 7 of swords. And as I said, with this 7 of swords, I see him running. But you know how sometimes the thoughts, you can't drown out the thoughts. But there's got to be a better way. And sometimes, and I say this because I have a scar and a mental scar, and I never was healed of it. So I say this, not that I can't be, and not that I won't be, just that I just don't even look. It could happen. It couldn't. I don't know. All I'm saying is in life, sometimes we just get scars that just don't heal. Just don't heal. And I think what reminds us of that is cancer. Cancer teaches us that no matter, you can eat all the right things, you could do all the right things, you can be all the right things, say all the right things. Baby Crone, you're the biologist, but tell them about that cell called cancer.
Yes. It is actually very curious and interesting because they're just as a quick side note, just a fun fact to put out there. There are good cancerous cells that are in our body. So
Yes.
It is healthy to have some sort of form of cancer.
Yes.
However,
all of us.
Yes, all of us. However, it's only when the body is out of sorts, and usually it has to deal with energy and you storing energy and not releasing it. So holding on to negative energy basically builds up in that cancer, that negative form, because if it has nowhere to go, it's going to eat away at something. And that's what cancer is a degenerative cell that cannot function properly.
So you're saying it's activated by energy?
Yes, activated by energy.
So energy is some form of electricity.
Yes, it is.
So my thing is, I'm learning because as she in college, I just learned physics. So that lets me know this. So you say, by the fact that he's crying, he's giving into that negative energy. Where he should be there he crying, he should say, I thank you for all the wonderful things I have. I thank you because I am better than most and blessed more than others. I am so grateful that the sun is shining on this beautiful day. I send these tears so they can drown the earth with just goodness, that these dry places will bloom again. He should be speaking in that, yes, with the wealth he had, but with the sorrow and this. So let me go another way. When you like inside of me, I have not an ailment, but I have a situation that I just can't get over. No matter what I've done ever since I was a child, I saw something that I shouldn't have seen, and it gave me, what is it called? PTS. And I haven't been over it, and it has affected my life. But nevertheless, I still do the best that I can with it. Now, but what I did, my mother said, believe in Jesus. Take on Jesus and believe. Now, I took on Jesus for 40 years, but Jesus never really helped me. So I finally got frustrated, no more Jesus. But what Jesus did teach me is to believe in yourself. And if you don't have anything out there to praise you.
It's true.
Praise the higher elevation of you, because all of us feel and see that there's a high of us that we wish we could be.
Yes,
come on, you true. Got a you that you can see that is perfect. Tell me I'm lying.
No, you ain't lying.
There is a you that you see that is perfect, and you like, I wish I could be her.
Yeah,
she's flawless. He's flawless. They got you see them. You just. But you're like a world apart. Am I missing it?
Nope, you're not missing it.
And that tells me that I don't know if I got a soul. I don't know what it is, but I am bigger than me in this body, because I aim for that. And that's the God I aim for. Why? Because that's the God I see. That's the God I know. That's the God, that's the voice. If I heard it in the wilderness amongst 10 million, I'll say, that's me. Huh? So I'm going to worship or consider what I'm familiar with. Now, is that God? Well, it has to be to the divine.
Yes.
But it looked like me. It talked like me. It walked like me. Tell me I'm missing it.
No, you're not missing it.
It's you. And that to me is everywhere. And sometimes I just think I could just evolve, but it's just that her and me are miles apart. Light years. What about for you? What is it like for you?
Yes, definitely.
Do you see this? It's not just me.
No.
I'm telling you. Go ahead.
It's like
Can't reach it.
Yeah, this isn't even.
It's like reaching your Barna.
Yeah.
It's like reaching your Barna. You just can't.
No. You see it. You strive every which way to
You see
get
it though,
yourself closer at one just step.
and you are growing.
Yes. But it always feels like, am I ever going to get there?
Not in this life. Not in this life.
The more it seems it gets farther away.
But you are growing. That's the thing. You are growing. You see, you're growing by looking at you, knowing. Now, is that the Almighty God? There are many gods. So I'm careful when I say gods because there are many Elohims. Mm-hmm. Unless I know his name, it's fruitless. Come on and tell the truth. Yep, if I can't tell you, if I can't call you by your name, that means you're limitless. So the only thing that's close to me that I feel like the little drummer boy. The only thing I got to give is me. And so when I look, because there is nothing compared. So all I can see when I see the Almighty, all I see is me. Aiming to be perfected like her. Mm-hmm. And if you don't see it, you see it now because your eyes just been open. Mm-hmm. And with Jaden, back to this, and with Jaden here, I just see he's looking back and I see he's very intelligent, can be very standoff, fun. He could be fun loving and everything. But I think that Jaden is kind of like chained to his past. And until he let it go, all the therapy, I'm telling you, you can get therapy. There are just some wounds that's just not to heal.
Yes.
In this life.
Mm-hmm. Astrology says that.
Is that true?
Yes.
Oh, come on, don't tell it.
I'm not that.
Come on.
That would be what they call the asteroid Chiron. The wounded healer. Yes.
That's right.
The story of the healer that tried to do everything to heal himself, but he could not. But through that, he was able to
heal others.
Yep, and heal others.
And see, instead of crying,
mm-hmm.
if he want to be healed, now you know the secret. Now you might say, well, such and such, she died in the Lord. But in the next life, she'll be healed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you may say, well, how do you know? Because you see you all the time. You are with you. There is no other person know you better than you. Oh, it's so deep. And maybe nobody has ever explained it to you. Mm-hmm. But since I can be simple, I like to tell things in simple form. Just A, B, C, give it to me. You know, I'm a little dyslexic. Just A, B, C. Just don't go the fancy way. And I'm telling you, the God in you, that's who the divine is, you. Why? Because you are connected to all that is. Mm-hmm. And even though it seems outside of you, now this is going to trip you out. Even though you can see it on the outside of you, you're just looking on the inside of your inside. You think you're looking at, this is how powerful it is.
That's true.
You think you're seeing it, but all you seeing is who you are. And if you don't see you, then you better take a look at who you're looking at, who's posturing in your life.
That is true.
You better see, because I guarantee you it ain't Jesus. Because Jesus said, don't look to me. He said, don't be me, be as my Father. He even said, in my Father's name, say this. So if you see anything other than yourself, you misguided. You heard it from the Crone.
Yeah.
You have to add?
You had to put that little stank in there, you know, that little cherry on top to put on the message.
Things to make you think.
Yes, they did say that we were all created in the image. So,
in the likeness of our creators.
So if we're looking up to somebody that looks like us.
How am I going to look up to Jesus? I've never seen him. Mm-hmm. I never even heard his voice. But I know teachings. And those teachings in the Bible or any sacred book, it don't have to be the Bible. It could be in a storybook if it's got truth. The Wizard of Oz is just as sacred to me. Because that's when I really start understanding about good and evil. It's through the Wizard of Oz. That book, that story is amazing to me. If you look at it from this, why I named the Little Munchkins. I'm saying that's just deep. As for a little kid, it was scary to me. But nevertheless, I just think that we need to. I lost my train of thought. It was too much going through my brain. But anyway, here is Jaden. And it was good too.
Oh my. Maybe that could be his problem.
That's his problem. Bedroom. So when you think of a bedroom, what goes on in a bedroom? Intimacy. Outside of sleep, intimacy.
Of all kinds.
But bedroom, this is what I have. So you know that I'm speaking true. Bedroom, Baby Crone, you want to read it because I don't have my glasses. I wrote it, but I can't see it.
Sleeping, restoration, intimacy, closeness, affections, privacy, conversations, identity, secrets, and quiet.
And so if out of all these cards, the first card I have here is the Four of Cups, as somebody very particular. And it ends, and it has two swords. So that means there's a lot of psychological, mental things going on in his head. That he's got a lot of mental things, a lot of secrets, a lot of things that has happened in a bedroom that he is dealing with. According to my cards, yes, it's for all those things. But something happens sexually, because a lot of times when we go on our honeymoon, where do we go? We go to a hotel, or we go to our bedroom. So I see here that that I think that there is something that happened to him sexually, and according to the cards, and a bedroom setting. Now, what do you mean by that? Now, listen closely. Everything I say is allegedly. When also, remember the other things that come to the comfort. So whoever he was in the bedroom with, then or now, is someone he knows, someone he trusts, and someone who broke him in, and someone who satisfies. Because there is conversation.
Got you.
And if it's enough to keep you quiet.
That's true. That's true.
Like even Usher got busted down there, but he stayed quiet.
Yeah,
and they the best of friends. Just saying. A lot of things go on in the bedroom. And a lot of times, if you have a male or a female that know what they're doing and that has done this before, they know how to seduce a child and hurt them in a way that they don't even think they're being hurt. You understand? Like you could cry to a child, and after you have used the child, you could cry. I don't know. I'm just looking at movies, okay?
That is true. Movies
cry to a child and say, I'm sorry, please don't tell, because that's what happened to me. Not that, but don't tell. And as a child, and you promise them something, don't tell no matter what, and I'll make you a superstar. I promise. For me, that was not it. I swear to you, it was something totally different. But I'm saying for me, I was promised a bag of candy. And I got it. And this person I love forever. And what that person did, it don't even register to me. Even though if I told you the story, you'll be going, you would. But at the time, it just doesn't even register because he cleaned it. It's like a father taking care of a baby. That, you know, it's amazing. So you have to be really, really careful, you know, when you mess with these young people. But he was messed by somebody who had experience. Or if it wasn't sexual, it was mental. But because of how timid he is, and water flow, and since he's such on a feminine,
yes,
he's feminine, and I truly believe his femininity is showing because he's been tampered with either physically or mentally. How you like that?
Yep.
And that's
Seems
what
like
we got.
mysterious things are happening
That
in
bedroom,
Hollywood since Diddy.
I couldn't tell you why that bedroom showed up. Intimacy. And that's what his trouble is.
And we hinted that at the beginning.
And you notice you'll never really hear him with a guy. You'll never hear him with a girl. He's been messed up.
That is true.
He's confused. And until he let it go and make his peace and stop being angry, and most of all, forgive his parents. Forgive his parents. That's all you can do. They was just two broken people, and broken people give birth to broken things.
That's true. It's all in the DNA and the inner.
It's in our DNA. It goes back, way back to slavery, the traumas that our ancestors had. It falls on us.
It's crazy how it works.
And it set the Bible says that the children's teeth are set on edge. And unless you find some kind of faith or outlet to put that stuff out, it'll eat you up alive, because that's what it's there for. It is there to break you, to keep you in a slave mentality. And until he's ready to understand that he's thinking and acting and being like a slave, then he will say, you know what, I'm being a slave to this. I got to do the best I can, but I won't sit here and wallow in it. What is he, 25 years old? 26?
Let's see.
And people look at him as that young boy. He's not a boy. He's a man's man.
Yeah.
With money.
Well, maybe not a man's man.
No, he's a man's man.
Oh.
He is timid. But you know what? You can still be.
Yeah, you're right. These days, the mans are.
That's what I just said.
Yeah, we was talking about that earlier.
And then you're going to dispute me. Okay.
The whole conversation was so perfect today. Jaden Smith is 26.
Colton, older than you. You got crap birthday.
Yeah, he was born on the 8th.
About movement. And he moves. He moved out of his mama house. He's a mover and a shaker. He'll be all right. If not, then he won't be. Yep. But that's up to Jaden. He's a man. He's a man's man. Whatever that is. Next.
Ooh, sorry about that, guys. But what was a perfect transition talking about Jaden Smith and Diddy. He seemed to find his way to creep in there at the very end. Over the weekend, the prosecutors had released some documents. I think it was about 30 pages of what Diddy has been doing behind bars. Apparently coercing and still intimidating witnesses, even though he's behind bars. I literally can't believe that I could kind of believe that, but the fact he can still have that kind of power behind bars is what's actually impressive.
For me, I'm the one that I believe because, ethics.
Yep, ethics.
And it's all about ethics. And like I said, I judge ethically. To understand that if these charges are said to be true, which I have no reason to believe that they're not, that he is still running schemes and still running his still children, then he proved himself not to be trusted.
Yes, he did.
Ethically.
Yep, ethically.
He has proven not to be trusted. They say he was paying other members in prisons to make the phone calls. So as far as people saying he's using his kid, hey, look, the man is looking like he got 30 years already, if not 30, 20. By the time this man get out of jail, he'll be 80-something years old. It's if he do 20 years. Or 30, that man looking at life. And come on, if you was faced, I'm not trying to justify it. I'm going to tell you my opinion, but I like to be fair. And you following me, that's what we do. We like to look at everything. Why? Because when we make decisions, we like to know, I looked at it from the north, the south, the east, the west, the up, the down, and the sideways, okay? I'm just making sure Jesus is not coming from,
Yes.
I'm making sure.
Check the blind spot.
Yeah, checking the blind spot. That's all I'm doing. But my personal opinion, I really don't care whether that man ain't know him. Because he's Kaiser Sose to me. He's a devil. And he's proved it. So for me, if there was any chance for him to get out, he blew it.
He did.
You doo-doo head. I'm sorry, I called him a doo-doo head. That is
just
so
one mistake
dumb.
after another.
Why couldn't you just wait it out and get out just on your good recognizances? Why you had to? You in prison. Money. You in prison, bruh. I don't get it. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay. Okay, now you see where I feel. That came out too soon. But all at the same time, you just have to think how calculating he is. Yes. He's still having people to get in contact to stop people. Bruh. It takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. Bro, you did bad. And for you to come out now you had what little bit of hope you had, now all you have is your family, your pipeline. Because after hearing this, bro, we can't let you out. You have proven you can't be trusted. Yes. This was just a measure of trust. This was just, I'm going to get out on good recognizance. But they show that thing to, I don't care who president. If the president let him out, I'm going to say that president lost his mind. Yes. And I'm coming right on air and saying it. And denounce him. And say, what are you hiding? Yes. Is this a part of Pizzagate? Because they did talk about pizza.
Yes, make sure you get all the boxes.
I just don't like to say something because I'm just like listening and observing. So at this point, he can't come out. You can't trust him. So it takes a fool to learn that love don't love nobody. And if you think you got love out there or whatever in the prison, you done bumped your head. All you did was make it harder for yourself.
You did.
I was rooting for you to get out on bail.
I was a little.
Because I was just like, you was a little. But I really was rooting for him because I'm looking at what's fair is fair. What's right is right. But now, I would say it, but y'all gonna be mad at me if I say it.
What?
Nigga. Please.
Please.
If that's not that kind of move, that's just a no, nigga. That's another one. That's just a no. No, just no. Just a no ninja. No. He has proven no. And I was believing in him, but that's a what? No. 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 I was done. And that's all I wanted. I'm just wanting fairness. And if it was a fake, okay, now you got to prove it. Because now I'm so disappointed in him because he didn't even obey. He haven't even been in jail for in prison or jail. He haven't been locked down for not even 2 good months.
No.
And you already in mischief? I can't. I'm going to read on you. You in mischief.
Mischief.
It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't.
Especially if you want to get out on bail, you'll be on your good recognizance, right? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Well, that's all I got to say about that. But I will be reading on this. So please join me when I read on Diddy. I will. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to call it a foolish move.
Okay.
A foolish move. Just, you know, one of the things that just gets to me, I don't know about you, but I'm an intellectual. And I love talking to smart people and intellectual people. When I was young, I would be intimidated. I would want to be around the slower people so I could be the smart one. But now I just love being around intellectual, smart people just so I can glean off of them, you know? And now when I just think of him, I just see him as a slithering snake. a sly fox, a snake, and every way a female try to move. He's like a feminine snake doing feminine wiggly wobbly whoop. You understand?
Wiggly wobbly whoop. Yes.
It's like
Every which way, every nook and cranny.
at least being there for at least 2 months, 3, I don't know.
I think you could put a limit on that.
Because at least when it goes out, it could show he been on good because he was a good guy. He caused no trouble. Even though we didn't give him no bail, and maybe with him, I'll add on sentences just because you got other people in trouble doing your dirty work.
Yes.
Somebody just went to bed without dinner and food for 24 hours because fooling with you.
Mm-hmm.
Tempting people with money, knowing that these prisoners need money. Some of them. I'm just disappointed. Well, anyway, that's it. That's all I got to say. But I'll be reading on him, so I'll be back about that. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. We goofed off only because we're so happy because you came back to join us. But you know what? This is Chit Chat, and we just chit chat. We hope you laughed. We hope you got the news. And just throw the book at Diddy. That's all I got. Just throw the book. I'm done.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. Sunflowers.